It's supposed to be live. Hopefully it is live. And hopefully it's not too choppy. It's showing up a little choppy on our screen. So let us know. I'm going to go live over here. Let's get that going. All right. We are live over here on TikTok, and we are live, hopefully, every place else. Let us know if you see us, because we're doing this last minute, and we're hoping that it all is working the way that it should. There's 3 people over here, it says, so hopefully that means that it is working the way that it should.
Yeah, so we just wanted to get on here. We want to do more live videos, see if this is something that's of interest to our community, and just provide any sort of more hot takes for what's going on in the news and things of that nature. And so we just want to try it out today. We'll probably just be on here for, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And then we got to get on with regular life.
Yes.
And so, yeah. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, we just wanted to, a couple of things that have been coming up that's important to us. One of them, obviously, is the Hummer EV delays.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
Well, it's not necessarily, I don't know that it's Hummer EV delays, but they are talking about how the Hummer EV is always going to be a lower production vehicle just because of the large battery pack. And kind of how that came about was they released the VIN number 1 of the Hummer SUV, and then the VP of Buick and GMC, I can't remember how it was, stated that it's such a large battery pack that it requires a lot of cells and things like that. And so they just have to weigh their options of what vehicles to put that in, because it's the size of 3 bolts, which is kind of crazy, and then 2 Lyrics. So, they could obviously produce a lot more vehicles if they, put those cells into those vehicles. What interested me was that's going to be a similar battery pack size for the Silverado and the Sierra Denali. So is that going to reduce production for those vehicles or not? So let us know what you guys think. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously it's a huge battery. We've been doing more and more research on the Hummer, as our Hummer was supposed to be built this
last
month.
week.
Yeah, last week. So we haven't gotten any word, as far as I know, on anything, any updates on it. But so we've just been doing more research on them and stuff. And because they're already so big and so massive, how much it's going to reduce the range to tow is going to be really pretty interesting. So I really want to get my hands on one now. That's about all I know for the along the lines of the Hummer. But
if you compare it to how much more inefficient it is for the Lightning and the Rivian, and compare the battery size and all that stuff, it should be able to tow our particular camper 175 to potentially 195 miles. So that's kind of interesting.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah. So.
And Tim popped on. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Glad you guys saw the notification and jumped on. So, but it's mind-blowing to think about.
And
how
Tim,
much.
We got a text from Tim saying
Yeah.
their Rivian is coming. So
That's exciting. We love seeing more of them. We've been seeing more around here too, which is pretty cool.
Have.
But I mean, hopefully it doesn't, the production isn't longer for those Silverados and stuff, because I think those are going to be good trucks with the 800-volt charging and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be, I don't want to see delays with them or anything like that, or taking a long time. So.
Yeah, it appears like that. They did produce that Hummer EV SUV VIN number 1, which is kind of cool. They donate, or how did they do that? They auctioned it, and they got $500,000 for that, and that was going to be, all the proceeds were going to be donated to, is it Tread Lightly, I believe?
Yeah.
And so Tread Lightly actually does, what do? repurpose trails. They tell people or promote, taking care of nature and those sorts of things. So that's near and dear to our heart. So we enjoy that. So yeah.
Yeah. Nomad Texas over here loves the content, so thank you.
Thank you.
He has a Bolt, and then he says he really needs a truck. The trucks are worth it. Totally worth it. We've been getting some hearts over there too on TikTok, so thank you over there. What else?
Give Katie some hearts for putting all this together. So
throwing it together.
I just stroll off of work and come here. So
walked in the door and
she's got this set up with a nice, super sweet green light behind us.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So, but what was the other so the price drops and what we think with all of that, because not only did Tesla drop prices, now the Mach-E is coming in with a price drop as well.
So that's very interesting. I don't know what that necessarily means. It's hard for me to read into that, other than obviously they're trying to stay competitive, and that's exciting because the price of these vehicles need to come down for more and more people to actually afford them, if you ask me. So
no. Okay, leave that.
Yeah.
No, I agree. They need to be more affordable to more people, and personally, I prefer seeing price drops on the cars than the free charging or that kind of stuff as an incentive to buy the vehicle, because
I agree.
That is, I think in the long run, the free charging is going to cause issues. So I'd rather see the.
Yeah, Tesla just did a price drop, $3,000 on their Model X and S, or you can get 3 years of free supercharging. So I see it less. Me personally, I see it less of a problem with Tesla superchargers than I do with the CCS public chargers.
Yeah. Got a question from Nomad Texas again. What's the weight on your trailer? He has a 32-foot that is 3,950 pounds. That's light. Ours,
especially for 32 foot.
Yeah.
Nice.
So ours is
65.
Yeah, 65 dry weight, fully loaded. It's about 8,000. Yeah, 88. But that thing can hold so much stuff. Surprisingly, we do not put it anywhere near that. So, but tows it like a dream.
Yeah.
And then my dad over here thinks that they're trying to qualify for the government subsidies, which is,
very well
probably
true.
a piece of the puzzle. So.
Yeah. Which is smart. I mean, because you're going to get more people to want to adopt that, and they are increasing production, so it should bring the price of those vehicles down enough. So.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously we're in the truck world right now, but that doesn't mean that we don't necessarily want another car down the line. We just, got to figure out which truck is the best fit for us, and some of the plans that we're trying to put together that we think you guys will really like if we can get it to work out. So
if the stars can align.
If the stars can align. So we really want to, figure out which truck is the best truck for towing, whether that be efficiency or just how it tows or whatnot. So yeah.
So we'll be stuck in truck world for a while.
We will be.
Eventually we'll settle down, not buying new vehicles all the time, and with the vehicles that we want.
Although you got to get on and check out our podcast tomorrow, because that thing is going to blow your mind, talking with Andy from Can-Am RV and what he has done with his Tesla Model S towing an Airstream. So that is, mind-blowing. And so now, Steve, we won't spoil it. We talk about all of it in the podcast, but you're going to want to catch that one because it is an awesome one.
Yeah,
awesome.
It was so much fun talking to Andy.
Yeah. So Cognitive Dissonant has a controversial question, so we may or may not answer it. We'll see. We'll see what the question is. We will do our best. So, the towing range test with the Hummers. Yeah, and we're gonna take you up on towing your base camp, Tim, to do some towing tests on that, because I do think that's gonna be interesting to see, because obviously Airstream's really the best that is that's for these EVs to tow. So is it even better when you go to a base camp? It's going to be interesting to figure out. So
yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
yeah, it's exciting to test it all out and figure it all out. So what else did you have? He did make the list of stuff that he wanted to chat about. I got all of the, cameras.
Stuff in our world. We talked about the Hummer EV. The other thing that I thought was interesting was Winnebago came out with an RV2, all electric motorhome. It's a concept, but it's built on the E-Transit, whatever platform.
Yeah.
And so it has 108 miles of estimated range. You can stay off grid for 7 days. How they're able to accomplish that is 900 watts of solar on top, and that's based upon 4 hours of sun, which is possible because all the research I've done with, how much sunlight you get and all that stuff is on average about 5.5 a day. So I think their estimates are pretty good with that. That is based upon a 15 kilowatt battery pack that is running off 48 volts. This is all nerdy stuff that I like. So it is very intriguing, that vehicle that they came out with. And yeah, hopefully someday we can experience that and see what that's like. I'm not sure it's something we can, do for our family. We actually looked into an E-Transit and making it into a camper. I thought that would be kind of cool, but just realistically, not because of the range, but that may be a limiting factor, but realistically for our family, cramming everybody in there. So
yeah, but wow, yeah, it's a long time to go off grid with with all the stuff. And yeah, this is how our world goes. So we will be sitting relaxing in the evening and whatnot, and then Steve reads about this electric RV that they've created, and then he goes off on a tangent on how we're gonna make it, and then starts looking for one to buy. So that is how our world works. And then we talk to Andy, and we start looking at Model S's. So if you ever wonder if we're really this all over the place, yes, we are. It's a
it
constant
usually
battle.
stays in the lane of
yes,
electric vehicles and camping. That's what we love. If we kind of go off on a tangent off something else, it's just a squirrel usually.
Yep. Over here saying that it would be cool to see a Class A based on the Edison Motors type design, and that would be super cool to see. I would love to see a big old Class A that's electric in some way, shape, or form, because I think it would be.
From what I understand of the Edison Motors, that's a diesel generator that's powering that vehicle, but they do have a battery pack, so it kicks in when you need energy. That's an interesting concept, and I believe that's already, not the battery pack side of it, but I believe that's already used in really heavy machinery like mining machines and stuff like that. So it's an interesting concept, and it may be the way that they go with those over-the-road truckers or haulers. I don't really know the answer to that, but it would be kind of cool to see that.
Similar to marine propulsion. So.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, so I will take your word for that. Dad AF.
Yeah. Brian says it's always good to keep an eye out for new tangents, so he's on your side to keep looking for new stuff. Yeah, nice diesel gen set. So the Edison Motors stuff is like, I love watching what they're coming up with over there. So it's like.
And plus he's Canadian, so I like that. So listening to him talk. That's why I probably liked listening to Andy too.
He is Canadian. Yeah, but as far as like the vans go, I want to see one in person and see how it all works. And obviously it's still a concept, so we'll see what actually comes to production. It's kind of like the the Airstream, the eStream, you know, like what are we actually going to see when it all comes? But I think all of it is, you know, headed in the right direction because it makes sense to be all electric when you're out camping and doing those things because especially with solar and stuff, it just makes it easier to keep on going.
Yeah.
Be available for RV conversion.
I did not know that.
I did not either. That would be awesome. As of right now, or at least the last time I checked, there are no electric cars that can be flat-towed.
Yeah, I would ask everybody else because I don't know the answer to that.
I've looked, but it's probably been 6 to 9 months at this point, so it could have changed over that period of time because it seems like it's constantly changing. There is oh, I'm gonna blank out on it now. It starts with a P, but it's that little van, and I think it can be flat-towed.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, what is the name of it?
All right.
It's not Provincial. It's Potential Motors. They have a little van, and you can go out to, you can flat tow it. Pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty darn sure you can flat tow it. And then it's electric on its own, so then you can take it out and it has some RV components. So like if you wanted to go out in the backcountry or whatever, you could take it and you could go off, and then it's got solar and all that stuff on it too. It's a pretty cool.
I know that Ford has a patent out there for flat tow in an electric vehicle, but that's all I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
I would love to go to Thailand.
Yeah, invite us.
Yes.
Well, they did.
They did. Got a place to stay. That's what, you know. But yeah, flat tow and EV. I think I could convert my mom and dad to electric too if there was a flat tow EV out there.
Flat tow Bronco EV.
Yeah, then they'd be all about it. But
yeah. So I don't know too much else about that vehicle. I kind of spouted off all the stuff that I saw with that. Yeah. So, anyways, you guys got any questions about what we're doing? We're trying to be more consistent with all of our information and
posting. Yeah.
And so, since we're doing that, we do ask you guys if you have any questions or any thoughts on what we should do. We would love to hear that. So,
see, my dad said he would go electric if he could flat tow, probably just the Bronco, but you know. But right now they can't. I'm not sure we're going to allow them to switch because we found out while talking with Andy that potentially, if you get behind a not a class A, but a fifth wheel when you're driving, that you can, it might improve your range. We won't talk too much about it, but you know, so if it's my dad,
we don't
it's
talk
my dad.
about it in the podcast.
No, we don't. I guess we don't, but it's my dad, so we can follow him and see if that improves our range.
Yeah, we can draft your father.
And Dad AF says, cool to see us pushing the limits and staying committed. And I mean, we love doing it. We enjoy doing that. It's fun for us to go figure it out. And, you know, even if from time to time it bites us in the rear end, it's still fun to go figure it out and then bring back the lessons that we've learned to you guys to show you what we're doing and to show you so you don't make the same mistakes as we did. So, been enjoying the short basic question videos. Good. That was something that we wanted to try. Like, obviously, we're in a cold climate, so it's hard for us to get out and do much exploring this time of year. We could go on road trips, but it's just going to be us sitting in a car and then, you know, driving back because it's just too cold. So, which we do need to do some cold weather driving stuff, but it hasn't been cold enough.
Yeah.
It's been cold enough to be uncomfortable, but not cold enough to really go do a video on how cold weather affects the trucks. But
well, and too, a lot of other people do that stuff, and so we don't want to repeat too much stuff. We like to try to stick in our lane of family adventures and outdoor, and we want to try to help new people looking into the EV space because we think we're going to run into a lot of that being in the RVing realm.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we do that. So we appreciate that, Brian. You saying that. We, mostly Katie, works really hard at that. So.
Yeah, and it's just some good stuff to put out there while we can't go have fun because we'd rather be taking adventures and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we really want to continue to get more consistent with our content so that we can share more and more with you guys and be able to share more with you. So, like we said, we're visiting the chance to potentially do like one of these little sit down, just a short little live once a week or so, just to get a chance to talk to you guys as the community and see what you guys are up to and what's on your guys' radar and what you would like to see us talk about because, you know, we can go on and on about what we want to talk about, but you guys may have other questions that you want us to address. And we want you guys to know that we are willing to try to answer those questions for you. So, and do our best from the experience that we have. So,
yeah, so we're going to try to do them at least weekly.
Yes. We'll see with life. Life gets busy with 3 kids, but this is a good little time for us to sit down. Like on this Tuesday time, we have a break between when Dad gets home and when they've got to go to soccer. So we have about a half an hour where we can sit down and chat. So we may potentially try to do this on a more regular basis.
And it keeps it
short. So that we don't go on and on forever.
Ramble.
Because we can if we really want to.
And we hope to build it a little bit more too, so we can have more interaction with questions and stuff like that. So
yeah, because we, I mean, we literally came up with this idea today, and we were like, okay, well, let's do it. So we were a little bit unplanned. We threw a few things on the list that we wanted to talk about, and then just kind of went from there. So, but you know, and if you guys think of something that you would want to see us talk about on one of these live chats and to be able to ask us questions about, and you think of it after the fact, just send us a message and let us know, and we'll take a look at those and come up with whatever we can for lives. So, anything else for today?
I don't really have anything else.
Okay. Saw the family video the other week. This thank you. We do have another one, so we'll have the return video of that coming this weekend. So either Sunday or Monday. I haven't put it up yet, so I don't know which day it'll be, but one of those. So.
And unfortunately, that was a huge headwind, so I have to drive way slower than I would like.
Yeah, that's.
But you just try and make the best of it, so
yeah.
I'm sure you'll feel my frustration come through.
Yeah, it is a rough patch from here to Kansas City. So, spur of the moment is good. Thank you. No, we don't have anybody that gets motion sickness. Like, knock on wood, cross our fingers that nobody starts feeling that
Besides
way.
on a boat, I do.
Yeah, he does on a boat. But as far as in the car,
ocean.
yeah, we're good to go there. But
so when we go on a boat and travel the world in our electric boat, I will be eating Dramamine all the time.
Yeah. If you can get him, anybody can get him a connection to the winds. I'm pretty sure he wants to go try out their boat that they're building. So
yeah, if you got any connection to them, we'd love to have them on our podcast or anything.
Yeah, that's another tangent that he gets on is those. Oh, we're freezing. I hope we're not freezing to everyone else. We're freezing over here, but. All right, so we better get to soccer. So thanks for hopping on and joining with us today. You know, give us a thumbs up if you like the idea of us jumping on once a week and chatting with you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, bye from not from Thailand, bye Thailand.
Oh,
that was pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure I saw you guys in South Omaha. I don't know if it was you, but I saw Rivian. Potentially could have been, but there are more and more in town. So just keep an eye out for them. Tim says, love this kind of content. Thanks. And travel through PA or New York. Yeah, well, one of these days we will get out there. One of these days. All right, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.